And tonight, this is officially the largest crowd for any premiere Lionsgate has ever done. So you guys are making history.
It feels incredible. We've been waiting for this for so long, and it feels great to finally be here. Oh, they were incredible directors. I was so impressed with both of them, and particularly Joel, to have co-directed this movie and star in it at the same time and co-write it. Joel is so multifaceted and multi-talented, and it's just remarkable to watch people in their element and thrive. The film in 3 words: love, adventure, hope. Joel and Luke and company came to me at my production company, Candy Rock Entertainment. So we co-produced this film, and they asked me to come on board, and I read the script, and I absolutely loved it. So we signed on as a production company first, and then as we started to develop, they also said, hey, we'd love if you would play the role of Kay as well. And I thought, oh, that's just the cherry on top for me. So I said yes, and here we are. Yeah, it's a very large cast, and yes, I had something to do with that, and talked Hillary Scott into it, one of many voices, so she was in the film too, and it's been a wonderful collaboration. The theater release is incredibly important. People love going to the movies, and there aren't always a lot of options in entertainment today that I feel comfortable bringing my family and have really high quality movies that I want to see with them, and this is one of them. That's what Candy Rock is producing. It's what Kingdom Story is producing. We're so happy that Lionsgate has come alongside us and brought this to the theaters. It's worthy of every ticket you purchase for you and your family.
I know, it's been a long time coming. We're like 18 months post-shooting the movie, and for King and Country have been doing the most amazing job spreading the word about the movie and visiting so many communities, and now we're finally here at the premiere, and everybody's going to see it in 11 days, so I'm really excited. Oh my God, Joel and Richie are the best directors I have worked with. They are so kind and so collaborative. It was the most beautiful experience. I have been in this industry a long time, and I believe that I was able to be the rock that Joel needed in all these roles that he was playing: lead actor, writer, director, and it was so nice to be there and to see him blossom in this process. And yeah, it was just a fabulous thing to be a part of. Oh, it's nothing to me. I have 4 children. Working with a huge cast is my life. I have my 4 kids running around. I had the 6 kids running around on this film. I felt very at home. They were all wonderful people and so nice. It was really the most friendly set that I've ever been on. So fast. Yeah, it was 24 days, I believe. And, we were straight in there. You don't shoot in chronological order, so we had to pretend that we'd been a family living together for our whole lives, but we had just met. So, we're playing games, we're trying to warm up the kids and really get to know how everything ticks. And then there are some really dramatic scenes that we just explored there in the moment, and it went really well. My 3 words to describe Unsung Hero is got to be love, hope, and family.
It's exciting, yeah. I mean, in some ways it feels like it came quicker than I thought, because we were all pretty anxious, for it to come out, but it's here, so we're excited. It feels like a good time. Honest, inspiring, and emotional. It was great. It was lovely. I mean, they're a great directing team, and it just, I don't know, it felt like I'd kind of been working with them for years. Well, for me, it was short. I mean, I was kind of, I live in Nashville, so I was driving up to Louisville and then back home, and so my time on set was relatively short, yeah. There has been a lot of struggles for, theater in the last few years especially, so the more excitement we can get people to go out and see films in theaters again, the better, so I was grateful for that. Yes. Yeah, it is such a great cast. The ensemble feeling in the film really was genuine behind the camera as well. I mean, it's really one of the best sets I've been on in terms of just the connection that everyone had. No, I didn't audition for this one. I was contacted and asked if I would be interested to be a part of it. So, I was sent the script. I had no idea what to expect, and I read it when I was on an airplane somewhere, and I was shocked because I was like in tears by the end of the script. I was like, this is a really lovely film. So I was happy to say yes.
It's exciting. I mean, I think it's a great movie, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And this place is gorgeous. It's beautiful. 3 words. Needed family movie. Looking back, it was like, man, that was a great film. It was a great set. I think just a lot of great attitudes, great chemistry. I think when you have a good time on set, it translates onto the screen. And so it's apparent in the film. And so it went by real fast. But in the middle of it, it's just, you're trying to make every day, every second count. The theatrical release spreads all over, so everybody has the opportunity to see the project at the same time. And so I think for a movie like this that highlights the importance of family and the importance of coming together, the hope is that it turns all the hearts of each family member back to each other. And so it's a good reflection of how in tough times, a family can band together. 3 words that excited. Emotional, exciting, and passionate. Like, some of the casting was, beyond us. Like, Daisy does an amazing job. I mean, she encapsulates Helen tremendously. And so, with her and Joel, every day, watching him on camera, I was like, whoa, okay, because you never know. Like, I'd seen him in some things here and there, and I just didn't know. I knew he's a performer, so I knew he was a rock star, but I didn't know how he would translate to the screen, and I was blown away by his performances. And I'm not a guy that gives accolades easily, and so for me, watching the monitor and stuff, I was like, man, we've got something really special here. Me and my wife had a baby during the making of the movie, and the baby's in the movie. And so that hospital scene, when she gives birth and you hear the baby crying, that was our baby. And so it's hard not to say that one. And I think my wife would be upset if I didn't, but that was a great scene. It was a great project. I have 4 kids. And so I felt a lot, even when I read the script early on, I felt a lot of what David was going through. And so just the impact of having a strong, believing wife. My wife is a strong, believing wife. She prays for me a lot. So seeing that translated on the screen emotionally hit me in a lot of ways.
I know, it's crazy. I mean, I thought I would be so much more nervous, but I feel so calm and feeling so strong in the story that we're telling, and just so thrilled to be here with everybody that I love. I've gained a new family from this, so it's amazing to be here. It's a beautiful moment. After I had my Zoom call back with them, because, COVID is still a thing and we had to do it on Zoom, I emailed my agents and I told them that being in the room with them felt like God. They are just so special, and I knew it from that hour that I spent with them over a computer, and working with the 2 of them, and their collaboration together was just unbelievable. I think Joel with his compassion and attention to detail, and Richie with his heart in the story, just the 2 of them together, it was just unbelievable. 2 of the best directors I've ever had the privilege of working with, really. This cast is very special to me. Very, very special to me. I've truly gained a new family from working with these people. Daisy is just unbelievable. It's just a powerhouse performer, and Joel as an actor is just so natural and he's so intelligent as a performer, and it comes from such an honest place. And these kids they're just incredible. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. It came from such a place of heart, and even when the days were long, we were all in it together because we were all there for the same thing. We were all there with our hearts in the place to make the same project, Yeah. 3 words: hope, faith, music. That's it. Yeah. Family, 4.
4 years ago, when the original idea was kind of hatched, I don't think any of us saw this. I think that, we thought, could we make a movie, sell it to streaming? Could we make a movie and promote it maybe to some small channels or whatever? A theatrical wide release in a beautiful theater like this with the people that you love, the people that you care about in the town that we live in, in the town that this was, that the story's written about. It's pretty crazy,
Enormous, yeah, and that's the other sort of pinch yourself moment. Like with musicians, we release a tour a year out. You know when people are going to come. They buy tickets early. You release a single on radio stations pick it up. You guys are crazy in movies because you're flying blind. We've been doing months of promotion and we're like,
Who knows?
we're excited, but we'll have to wait and see.
It felt quick because what usually you would get with a little bit more, maybe 35, 40 days shooting, you get a few, if something catastrophic happens, you got a few makeup days. We didn't have any makeup days, and we went through a COVID scare. We went through some really crazy stuff.
And you got 6 kids on camera, that you're working with. And so there was not a moment to spare, but man, there was such a grace over the film. I'm so proud tonight that not only is the cast here, but almost the entire crew is with us, which is rare for a premiere. And so, man, we just a bundle of emotions and excited to celebrate.
I mean, when you're making a movie, there's a lot of calculated decisions, but sometimes there's a point where you just have to make decisions. And I don't think, because essentially you're doing Zoom calls, connecting with the actors, but there still comes a moment where they've got to deliver the content. And I don't think that we ever really got to a point where I was like, oh, I wish we could have picked X.
He won't tell you this, but the one actor that he was most scared about.
I was a little concerned, but he pulled it off.
Is his brother going to pull it off? Mums, music, miracles.
Hopeful, miraculous family.
I've been looking forward to it for so long, and it felt like I couldn't get here soon enough, but now that it's here, I'm just trying to really take it all in and enjoy it, because it's such a privilege and an honor to be able to do something like this, and to tell this story specifically is just such a blessing that I just want to cherish and not take for granted, for sure.
It's such a neat thing. Richie obviously wrote the story, so he's been living with this product the longest of almost anyone other than the Smallbones who actually lived it themselves. It's always such a crazy, out-of-body kind of experience to go through this and get to the point we're at now, because you spend so much time just as a small team working on something, and then you kind of release it to the world, and it's been very special. And I'd say a lot of what happened behind the scenes imitated the stories that were happening in front of the camera. I mean, it was a very challenging movie to get made. It was a small budget independent film before Lionsgate acquired it and brought it on. And I'm just so grateful in this moment for Richie and for the actors and the crew and the people that really bought into this project before we knew it was going to be a wide release theatrical movie.
I would say raw, real, redemptive. Yeah.
I would say that authentic, adventurous, and uplifting. This audience has been craving quality content for a long time, and I think there's been some pioneers that have gone before us that have done a great job setting up Devon Franklin, the Kendricks, the Erwin brothers. This audience is looking for an event to gather around, and I think there hasn't been a family film in the last 10 years in this category. And I think families are just excited to get out and go see a movie they can bring their kids to that represents their faith in a way that's not cheesy and unauthentic. And that's Joel and Richie did such a good job of telling a story that is real and relatable, but also adventurous and fun. And I think that families just want to go celebrate that. And yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think it's a good sort of family event film. It's not often you can kind of rally your family together to partake in an event like this, so I think that's one good reason. And I think also it's just, there's some incredible performances in it that I'm really proud of the actors for giving, and I think that's worth going to the theater to see, frankly. Oh, they're wonderful. I couldn't have asked for better, and obviously with Joel playing his own father, there's some challenges there, and we knew that would be challenging, and the role asked a lot of him. But I was really proud and excited to see him rise to the occasion and meet the moment, and he does. And I think people are going to be pretty stunned by how well he does as playing his own father.
I think there's kind of two responses I usually have to hearing that someone's playing a real family member. It's either really special or it can be profoundly awful. And I think there's something about Joel playing his dad, and he was young when it happened, and watching it, that he channeled something that's like, I keep attributing to like Rocky. There's something like so real about Rocky, Sylvester Stallone's performance in Rocky, because it was his story and it was so personable and personal to him, and I think that's what happened with him playing his father, and I guess the audience will be the judge ultimately of how they like it.
I'd worked with the Smallbones before on another project. We had to pivot during the pandemic, and then they approached me with this, and by then I was like, yeah, I'm all in, let's do it.
I finished a movie called Jesus Revolution that I did with the Erwin brothers and Kingdom and Lionsgate a year prior. I thought, I'm done for the year. I'm going to take some time off, and the Smallbones approached me, and I had worked with Richie for many years, and so I knew his work was quality. And they said, would you be interested in this? And I really honestly was not very interested at first, but after reading the script, I was really moved. I come from a large family of 9 kids. Reading the story, I just related so much with it, and I thought, this movie needs to get made, and we knew we had a challenge in front of us because this was an independent film, so raising the money, setting it up, shooting it, everything was a challenge. And I'm so glad I said yes.
And then lastly, I just want to thank God who opened so many doors for this film to be made, and then thank you. And he kept opening doors as we were making this film, steering us into making it in ways that were better than what we would have done if we were left to our own devices. And I told Helen and David when I first interviewed them for research on this story, as I heard them tell me their extraordinary adventure, I said to them that a psalm comes to mind, and it comes to mind tonight, and that is that this is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes.
It was fun working with those guys. They were very nice. It was a happy set, which is really all I require, to go to work on a happy set. And so it was fine and fun.
Try to describe the film in 3 words.
It's about family. My agent called me and said they wonder if you'd be interested in this, and I said, great, I love a job. Let's see the script. They sent it to me, and I said, sure, it looks great. Let's do it. Hopefully I'll see it in your theater near me, and I hope all of you will as well. It was intimidating because I was playing an Australian, and I've never done that. I've fiddled with the accent, but to be surrounded by Australians doing an Australian accent, I thought, it was challenging. I was nervous, more nervous than usual. The acting was one thing, and the sound was another.